Alright, so to start the Unit 2 Geometry Foundation, we have to identify and name key foundation terms. And so that's what today is all about. Identifying and naming. There's no calculation, there's nothing farther than that. Only identify and name. So the only way to identify something is to know the definition of it. So starting with points. Make sure you are drawing exactly what I draw up here and what I write. What is a point? A point has no size or shape. So you cannot say that one point is bigger than the other because it doesn't have size or shape. Okay? So if it doesn't have a size or a shape, then what is it? It gives location. Okay? Alright, these are the building blocks of geometry. We start with points and we go higher and higher. Now, if I am in space and I have these 3 points, how can I name them if there's nothing on there? Yep, we have to have letters. So that is how you name points. And it's very specific. It's capital letters. But how many capital letters for each point? 1. So that's how you name it. Name with 1 capital letter. Okay, write that down. So example would be point A, point B, point C, but when you see it in writing, you just say point A. When you have your quiz this Friday for point signs and planes, you will have to name things. And if you don't name it exactly how we have it here, it is not correct. So if you just say B, I don't know what that means. Okay? It needs to say point B. And it's okay if the word point is not capitalized, but the letter for the point needs to be capitalized. So I know sometimes we like to write handwriting with like aesthetics, or like when we text, we like to text with your aesthetics or whatever. Like some people do this instead of like this.
I don't even say that.
Or when they text, they'll be like lowercase everything.
Good plan.
But not in geometry. We have to be specific with our letters. All right, next block. After you have points, then you have lines. Why do you think line is the next thing?
Because it says it.
No.
Because it connects the dots.
Yes.
Did that one out.
How many points do you need to create a line?
2.
2. Once you have 2, then you have a line that can be connected. So, a line, the formal definition is a set of collinear points. Not just any points, collinear points. And since we're already here, what does collinear mean?
There.
Food? What does co mean?
Part.
2. Both.
And linear?
Good question.
Uh-huh. So if line is a set of collinear points, what does collinear mean?
2 lines.
Multiple.
Set of 2
Points that are on
a line.
what?
The same line.
The same line. Good job. Collinear points that continue.
I don't know what she's saying.
What did you learn last year in Algebra 1 about lines? What do the arrows mean?
Draw. Oh, that it continues on the
Uh-huh. In which direction?
up. Is it up or down? Or down or down?
Back to
Down, down, clear, or negative?
Just in both directions.
Okay.
It could be up, down, side, left, right.
Up.
In both directions without end. Okay. What's another word for without end?
Infinite.
Infinitely. Good job.
Stop
No.
Okay. Alright, so if I look at these two lines, what do you notice the difference between those two?
One of them has the dot showing, the other one.
Good, I like how Kira said one of them has the points showing. Does that mean that this one doesn't have points?
No.
No, because we just said a line is all points that continue in both directions, right? So this line has points, but we're not showing them. What are we even showing? What is that? Because these are points, right? A, C, and B. What is M? Which is not a point. It is the line. It's the name of the line. So this is where we get to how do we name lines. We have two ways to name them. The first way is 2 points and a line over them. So this is how we would name it. But obviously the points have to be on the line to use them. So you have to put a line over the 2 points. So give me any 2 points, any order.
A and B.
A, B. Or what else?
CB.
CB. Or,
AC. F and P.
well, on this line,
What?
AC. Okay? The order doesn't matter as long as the point is on the line, okay? And you have to have that line at the top. If you don't have that line, then I don't know what it is. You can't just say, let me give you examples of what not to do. You can't do this. Because that just says ab. Once you add the line, then it says line AB, and I know what you're talking about. So don't do this. Okay? Alright, the second way to name it is with the word line and the lowercase letter. So this would be line M. Because line M doesn't have any points, right? I mean, it has points, but do I know their names? No, so I can't name them with points. So sometimes you'll have points, sometimes you'll have a lowercase letter for the label, right? Alright, let's go on to the next word, which is collinear. We kind of already talked about that. What does collinear mean?
Oh, line.
Two.
2 points on the line. On the same line.
Points on,
2 points on the same line.
good. Points,
But is it 2 points or like multiple?
multiple. Good question. At least 2. And collinear is actually a tricky word because it creates another definition, which is the opposite of collinear. What would we call it? If the points are not on the same line, what do we call that?
Not linear.
Co-not. You're close.
Non-linear.
Non-collinear. And that's gonna be part of the definition here. So, let's draw a line. I'm gonna do A, C, so we would say points A, C, and B are collinear. That is a true statement. Okay? A, C, and B are collinear together, all three. Do you agree?
Yes.
Yes, they're on the same line. You're not ready? You're gonna clean that up.
I know.
Okay, what if I do this?
B is not.
Sebastian, Logan, take care of it.
What about Andrews?
Andrew's already learned this.
Yeah.
He's cheating.
He learned it before Thanksgiving. So now as a set, now there's 4 points in the picture, right? Are they all collinear?
No.
No, together they're not. So as a set, you have to say that first. As a set, A, B, C, and D are, what's the word? That's the opposite? Good, non-collinear.
How are they non-collinear?
Because D is not on the line.
Oh,
So when you look at them all together, like 4 points together, they're not collinear. When you're done writing this part as a set, they are non-collinear, as a set of 4. Put your pencil down. That way I know who's done writing. Alright, the reason I want you to put your pencil down is because I need you to look first and then you can write. You already told me how many points make up a line. 2. So technically, officially, D is a point, right? D can make a line with who? Or B. But is there a line there?
No.
No. But in geometry, an invisible line doesn't mean it doesn't exist. So my invisible line, I'm doing dashes just to show you that it can be invisible. D can go through C or it can go through A or B. But now if I think about it technically, D and C, are they collinear or non-collinear? Collinear, because any 2 points create a what? A line. So now you can write it down.
Technically, all points are collinear.
Jared.
It depends which way, how you look at them, because technically, altogether, these are not, because there's 2 lines.
Oh, so it's like single.
Right. So like here, D and C are collinear, but D and A with the rest of these are not, because,
Then it would be multiple.
yeah, there's more points. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Alright, there's collinear. And a little bit of non-collinear as well. Alright, a plane. P-L-A-N-E. Not an airplane, just a plane. A plane is a flat surface. So, when we define terms like in geometry, it's very tricky because you have to be specific and it has to be true forever for all things. But a plane, it has undefined thickness. So this is when we get into like, is the earth flat or not? Oh, I forgot to E. Undefined thickness. Okay, but it continues in all directions. So, examples of planes in our world. Your table is a flat surface, but that doesn't continue forever, right? So, on Earth, obviously, we created things, buildings, roads, all that. We have parts of the plane here. There's parts of the plane on the floor. Each tile is a plane, right? It's flat. The bookshelves, the white bookshelves, that's a plane. The mirror is a plane. That glass part of the door is flat. The walls, the ceiling, everything that is flat is a plane. So in geometry, you'll see it mainly as a parallelogram. So it'll look like this. Now you can have more than one plane to make a figure. So you can have a cube, a prism, stuff like that. Okay? When we name planes, we use uppercase letters again, but they're like script letters. So if I put an R here, it's an uppercase R. Scripted though, it's like italicized a little bit. So this would be called plane what? Plane R. What if you just did R? And you just said this? Why would that be wrong?
Wrong.
There's no plane.
What would that be?
Point.
A point. A point is just a capital, but you have to write the word plane. Okay, very specific. What's the name here? Okay, and then there's another way to name a plane. Right, or the second way to name it is with the word plane. Obviously, you need that first. Write that down. With plane and 3 non-collinear points. I'm going to abbreviate points. The key here is non-collinear. You'll have to know that. Very important. So, right now, look at the plane. Is there any points on there?
No.
No. R is not a point. What is R? It's just a label, yeah.
Oh.
So, what if I draw a line? Now, is there points on the plane? There is, because a line has how many points?
2.
A line is made up of 2 points, but there's not just 2 points on a line.
Didn't it?
There's an infinite amount of points. Right here in the line, there's points all along it. But do I know the name of them? Do I know the name of the points?
No.
So how am I going to name the plane? Oops. I need to identify the points. So, draw the same 3 points, A, C, B. Okay. If you put A, C, and B on the line, can we stop acting like we're in 3rd grade? Actually, like kindergarten grade? If you put 3 points on a line, now can I name the plane? Why? What did you just write down? How do you name a plane?
Three non-collinear being. But if they're
And
all
you just said I
collinear,
can use that.
So you can't use it,
You cannot. Why?
because they're not non-collinear. They are.
They are collinear. Can you name a plane with collinear points?
No.
No. So how many more points do I need?
3.
Just one more.
Oh.
Okay. Now can I name the plane using 3 non-collinear points? Yes. Which one has to be in the name?
D.
D. And do the other 2 matter?
No.
No. So start with D. And then just give me 2 more.
A and C.
A, C. Plane DAC. Now I know which plane you're talking about. Okay?
What can we do DAB, Dad?
Sure. Let's do one that's not correct. Plane what? ACB is not correct.
Plain Dad.
And why is it not correct?
Because they are collinear.
They're collinear, and we can only name planes that are with
Non-collinear.
3 non-collinear. Okay? Alright, last 2. Everybody done with plane?
Yeah.
Alright, line segment. You know what that means.
Oh.
What is a line segment?
A line that ends, right?
It does end.
It has
How many ends?
dots at the end.
Yes. It's part of a line. So it's like if you were to take a line and just cut a part of it out. Part of a line with how many endpoints? 2. Now again, let me ask you this again. Are those the only 2 points?
No.
No, there's points where?
Everywhere.
Infinite.
Not for a line segment.
Uh,
Line segment starts with a point and ends with a point. So where are the other points?
on the line.
In between, thank you.
Oh.
So, and you have to include all points in between. Okay? So a picture would be A to B. Again, is there points in between them? Yes. But unless they actually emphasize them or show them, you can't assume there's only 2 points. No, there's points in between, you just can't see them because they're not labeled. Okay? Alright, how do we name line segments? This is the easiest one to name because you just need the 2 endpoints. So, A to what? But if I just put AB, I could be talking about a line, I could be talking about the word ab. How do I know it's a line segment? You have to draw a bar at the top. Okay? And then I could do the other way. What's the other way? BA. Okay? Let me show you what not to do. You can't just do ab. That's not correct. Don't do that. And then also don't do this. Y'all see this? Because that is not correct. If you did on the quiz, I'll count it wrong. Like, I know visually it makes sense to do that, but in geometry, that's not a real symbol. We don't do that. Okay?
Why not?
Because it's not a part of the math language. Okay? Alright, last one. Everybody done with the line segment? Okay, ray. You know what a ray is, tell me.
One that has a 1 point or one end segment, or whatever it's called. End point.
It has one end point and what
The
else?
other side goes on side.
Good job. So again, it's part of a line, but is it the whole line? It's part of it. Part of a line. With how many endpoints? Only one. I'm gonna abbreviate, okay? Endpoint. Part of a line with only one
My
endpoint.
first split hair.
Okay. What's on the other side?
Ripping off my hair.
Like if one side is an endpoint, what's the other side?
An arrow
Arrow.
that goes on.
No, I can't let it spread. I can't let it spread.
Draw it. Evan. Logan. Logan. Okay. Only one endpoint. Yeah, you can do that at home. And all points. To one side. Not both sides, only one side. Only one side goes on forever. Which way can I point the ray to? Anyway, down, up, left, right, diagonally, to the corner, okay? Make sure you add this only one end point and all points to one side. It doesn't say only to the right, it says one side, doesn't matter. Okay? Now to name the ray, this is the most tricky one, that's why I saved it to the end. So, pay attention. Look up here. Evan, if I say your name again. C, A. Okay? The ray is the hardest one to name because we get confused. Our brain likes to trick us. First rule, you always start with the end point. Always start with end point. Okay? Write that down. Always start with the end point. And then the second rule, always point the ray to the right. Even though it doesn't always point to the right, when you name it, when naming, always, when naming, always point to the right. Now I'll show you what that means. let's name this ray. Now, technically, how many rays is there here?
One,
No.
technically three.
Technically, 3. How would I name the big one?
CCA.
Wait, one, two,
CA.
three, I lost what you said.
So, put on here big one. So you don't forget tomorrow. The big one is named CA. What's another name for the big one? Nope. No. Has to start with the end point. CB. Okay. Do you see how my arrows point to the right even though, well, this one is pointing to the right, but if it was pointing to the left, let's do one that points to the left. So you don't get confused tomorrow. Let's do F and W. How would we name that one? WF. But, which way do I point the arrow? To the right, always. That's the rule. When naming what? Always point to the right. Even though your brain tells you that's wrong, it's going to the left. Doesn't matter. When you name it, it goes to the right. Okay, so put a little note for yourself. If you're pointing to the left and you do WF, that is wrong. Okay, don't make that mistake with rays. They're the trickiest ones.
Wait, so even if it's pointing left?
If it's pointing left, the rule is to always point to the right when you're naming it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because technically, see where the W is here? The W is where the arrow is at. Is that true?
No.
No. So this one is correct. This one's not correct. Alright. Okay, let's glue this on page, I believe, 34.
Third one.
That's 33.
Where'd it go?